Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Hi everyone. Welcome to a very special episode of Dolphins and Garages, the RPG spin-off podcast of Psychic Dolphin Garage. I am your keeper and host, Dennis. He, him, they. We'll go with that one.
They, him.
Him/bow/they. There we go.
/bow/they. What's the they? Is it an unspeakable horror or is it unresolved trauma? We'll never know. I'm Zack.
Those things are not mutually exclusive, by the way.
I'm Zack. I am also he, they.
Everyone. No, fine. I'll just step all over you. That's okay.
That's
my typical
yes.
he, him fashion.
No, that is what I want, and I want to be stepped on. Kelton.
Yeah, I'm Kelton. Everyone knows me, and if you don't, I'm so sorry. Or rather, if you do, I'm so sorry. I think that's probably more accurate. So I'm excited for this. Let's go.
I know this is exciting. So today we will be playing a holiday party Call of Cthulhu campaign. And we shall begin now. Our story begins at the office building of a logistics company that has recently been acquired by the largest shipping company in the US, Boxes Run. There have been some growing pains during this transition. An effort to unionize all of the branches of staff have been met with hostility by the new management of Boxes Run. Many people have been laid off and replaced with VR workers from other branches. Many employees have also gone missing. On top of this, the branch manager, Jessica Pennyroyal, has made it her personal goal to be in the office every day until the office is running smoothly. Miller was once a regular secretary, but has been recently promoted to middle management, working more directly with Jessica. This move has been seen as a stab in the back by many of the workers attempting to organize, but in particular Finn, the lead janitor, who is working with Miller to unite the efforts of the blue-collar and white-collar workers. Miller is trying to convince his fellow workers that this move was just to put himself in a better position to negotiate, though he didn't mind the new office. He still had to share it with another manager, Ricky, but it sure did beat a cubicle. Today is December 15th, just a few days before the big office party, and Jessica has big plans for the branch. Holiday cheer is in the air as Miller and Finn arrive at the same time. Their eyes meet across from the parking lot.
I actively avoid Miller, just cold shoulder the entire time. Actually, as I'm walking into the office, I'm walking ahead of Miller. I open the door to the office. I see Miller probably 10 feet away. I am trying to shut the office door behind me faster to make Miller have to open it all over again. It's giving me a lot of resistance too, because it's one of those slow shut things. So I'm really just messing with the hinge.
The pneumatic is just not totally.
Yeah, I get out of the car and I'm like, shit. Oh yeah, this is gonna be. I gotta have something fun to say or something angry to say, and then I'm like. Finn is speeding up, all right, this is cool. When he grabs the door, I'm a little ways away. I'm like, no, he's gonna leave the door, it's fine, I'll have to grab it. He's actively pulling on it. I just kind of stop and watch, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Wait for it to finally and then it slams. I'm like, yep.
The way that this office building is built, it's several stories.
So we still have to get in the elevator together.
Oh, I'm taking the stairs.
Well, that's good because Finn, you will actually be going downstairs. You also have gotten a new office. It is interesting because you did have a quote-unquote office before. It was just kind of a big storage room for janitorial supplies.
Yeah.
But now it's an even bigger room with even more janitorial supplies, and you've been told not to go to the old janitorial closet. You're not sure why though, but it seems to be occupied by new things.
I put office worker, but in quotes only, in like the style of one of those 1950s racist labels, but on that room. And I have accepted my fate. Yeah, I guess at this point in time, since we're getting ready for like a party, I'm just trying to organize everything in a way that like makes sure that the chemicals don't, cross contaminate and explode.
So, Miller, you head upstairs in the elevator to your corner office. It is shared with Ricky, who arrives about 30 minutes late. He's been a manager for a few months more than you, Miller, and he looks a bit worse for wear since he started getting a job, or since he started the job.
Is Miller the opposite of me as a human, where Miller is like always on time, always a couple minutes early?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I make some offhand comment about like, oh, traffic is terrible this time of year.
Ricky, you're to Ricky.
Yeah, to Ricky.
Ricky gives a very weak laugh as his hand is kind of shaking, holding his coffee mug. But you
just think it's withdrawals. he has the shakes.
But he sits down at his desk and he gives just a really deep sigh and begins typing away at his computer, drinking this coffee. You assume that the coffee is from the mess hall. They actually got a new barista there. There's been a lot of changes since Box's Run has acquired. You get your typical like liberal office things like, beanbag chairs and a barista on staff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Just to try and make things a little fun, a little extra. So as Ricky is typing away, Jessica Pennyroyal enters your shared office. And she approaches you, Miller. Hi, Miller.
Hey, Jessica. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How does it feel to be in your new space?
Oh, I mean, it's an office space. I still got to show up and do the work every day.
No, we do not like to call it an office here. You see, we call it a work cocoon, not a work office. An office is a stuffy and boring place.
Can I make a Constitution saving throw having to listen to this?
No, you can't. An office is just a stuffy and boring place, but a cocoon, it gives you the chance to metamorphosize and grow to your highest potential. And between you and me, you've got what Ricky doesn't have over there. She says it loud enough for Ricky to hear.
Ricky just staring into the abyss of his coffee, wondering, it only takes 1 inch of water for a person to drown. Could this be it? Could this be the moment?
She then turns her attention to Ricky. Hi, Ricky. How are the plans going for the office party? I want to make sure that you have all the decorations ready for the Winter Wonderland theme, but in the Box's Run logo colors. He replies with a very, very heavy sigh. Yes, it wasn't easy, but I was able to find someone to make red, blue, and brown snowflakes and create paper decor. Don't forget, Ricky, we have our dinner/performance review tonight. I have reservations for us at that surf and turf place up the road. She then turns back to you, Miller, and she says, if you need anything, please just let me know. I will be making the rounds around the office. Toodaloo. And she exits.
Roll to see if she's already made the rounds around the office.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So did you want to talk to Ricky perchance, or make any rolls?
Do I already know? So they have dinner plans. Are they like a thing already in the office?
Roll for
it.
Okay. That'll maybe be psychoanalysis. Just looking at Ricky.
Okay, psychoanalysis. All right, I got this. It's not psychology.
No, this is analysis.
It was the fucking worst. 81. critically fail.
You can't really gather anything, but you're free to talk to him. You do see a ring on his finger, though.
I definitely don't want to step on Ricky too much because I'm unaware, I guess, of like how of all the upper management stuff. All the upper management stuff is, I mean, obviously I'm going to be struggling with like how like Jessica trying to get me to use like all the corporate language that I wasn't having to use before as a secretary. And now that I'm kind of like a project manager, I guess.
Yeah.
Now that I'm kind of a project manager, I'm like trying to not step on toes too much. What are some of my projects that I'm working on currently?
Number crunching, what's going to who to where, logistics. You have one of these positions where it's really just middle management. There's no descript thing. You kind of do everything and nothing.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I kind of jump between projects and make sure that like customers have things, make sure that like different accounts are kept up to date. I get handed all sorts of stuff because I'm like the most junior one, and so I just do bullshit, like
exactly
pick up projects where people left, or take projects that are like 95% done but just need like some hand holding with like a customer.
More or less that. Exciting things.
So exciting. That kind of shut me up. Ricky, you doing okay this morning? Do you want help with anything? I'm kind of like at a stopping point with some of these things. I would ask you for your advice, but I mean, it's kind of open and shut kind of situation. I really think I have a handle on it. If there's anything that you're doing that's more interesting than this, I'd be happy to help you.
Ricky looks at you with just kind of like sunken eyes. Miller, I'd appreciate this. I'm not doing too good, if I'm gonna be honest. And his eyes start to well up with tears.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ricky. Yeah, I'm in the holiday spirit. I would love to reach out to you. We're neighbors now, so
yeah. Well, my husband left me this morning. He just left. He's gone. He said I was too focused on work, and I don't know what he means. I come to the office. I guess when I come home, I just talk about the office and all the things that are going on. But there's a lot of stuff happening. It's on my mind. It's always on my mind. What's going on here? It's taking over my life. I've just lost so much weight. I haven't been eating. I can't go to the gym. I can't sleep. Jessica's just emailing me constantly and expecting quick answers back at all hours of the day. It's just don't tell anyone this, but I found another job.
That's Ricky. I'm proud of you.
I'm putting in my 2 weeks after this party. I just don't want any bad blood between me and Jessica. I don't want to leave on bad terms. I just can't do this anymore.
Ricky, what's Jessica gonna do? Walk up to your new employment place and tell them that you're you're an asshole and you're a bad worker? They looked at your resume. They already hired you, right?
Yeah, you're right. But I just don't like. I can't. She's like the office mom. I can't make her mad.
It's
Yeah, I just owe so much to the company.
Do you owe so much to the company, Ricky? They took your husband away. You should be madder at the company for doing that to you.
No, it was me. It was me because I did that. I couldn't stop talking about the office and everything. It wasn't just that though. There's other things going on.
I don't want to dig into your personal life too much. But Ricky, did the office force you? Did the office did it put you under a spell and force you to come here unwillingly every day, or is that just a larger problem with you got to make money, so you got to be at the office?
I want you to roll for charm.
I rolled a 1.
It doesn't matter. I was gonna roll against it, but I can't beat that.
I don't think you can beat a 1.
Ricky looks at you and he's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know, the office doesn't have three little dead lights floating inside of it, and you don't sit in here staring at them every day. You know, and you shouldn't treat it like that's what it does to you. You deserve to go home and turn off your phone.
Yeah, you're right. I just need to get today's work done. But yeah. Thanks. No, I got
it. Hey, you're one day at a time. You know, you should totally check out. And since I'm gonna inherit your goddamn project anyways, because I'm the office bitch around here, if you kind of show me what you're working on, it'd be way easier to kind of offboard you into my project book, into my deck.
Yeah, for sure. I'll forward the files to you. You can see what I'm working on.
Ricky, if you want to leave at like 4:30 today, I'll totally cover for you. You should go home and you should sit down and I hope you should get back together with your husband, and you should figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would leave early today, but I got that dinner meeting with Jessica. But thank you.
Oh, she even takes you out to dinner?
Well, I don't know where it is, and she offered a ride. So.
Huh. When did she set up that dinner meeting with you?
Oh, it's weeks ago. Just it's a performance review. It's the end of the year.
That should be done during work hours. Whatever. It's a free dinner.
Yeah, I'm just gonna work on this and yeah. Okay. You two continue working, and our scene transitions to the warehouse, where Finn, you are trying to talk to some other workers that were there before the merger, and you're talking about forming a union. There's maybe about 40 of you here. The amount of people who have been in the office and the warehouse have been really, really culled down since the merger, and a good bit of you have been replaced with Box's Run members. So discussing these things isn't the easiest, but you're the lead janitor. It's not too hard to sort of like be like, oh, hey, can you come over here and help me out with this? So you are free to talk to a few other people around you, but be aware there are some Box's Run transplants, so you may want to have some discretion with who you're talking to.
Got it. So how many people do I have around me total right now?
There's about 4.
4?
All of them have been, you've been working with them since before the merger. So
okay, got it. So I'm just gonna be trying to bring something up like very casually. You're like, man, you guys ever see that Planet of the Apes movie? The James has James Franco in it.
No, I've only ever seen the Tim Burton one. It was really good.
Oh, okay, all right. So you didn't tell me that the people I work with are fucking losers. So you know what? Never mind. It's okay. I'm glad that you enjoy the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes. That's great. It just feels like, I don't know how y'all are doing, but I've been having to pull 55-hour plus weeks here. I just want to check in on everyone, see how y'all are holding up. What's going on with you guys?
You take a look at them. They look pretty tired as well.
Okay.
You know that because ever since the merger and because of the time of year, your logistics company, there's packaging going in and out. at all hours of the day. Sometimes they are there well over overtime. So one of them, a short woman, she named Jennifer. She steps up and she says, "Yeah, it's just been a lot of work. I'm tired. I thought the merger would be fine because they had a better benefits package, but it's just been I don't know. I've been thinking about leaving, but like my husband was just laid off.
Yeah,
and it's Christmas. I can't afford that right now."
I completely understand, especially around the holidays. It's very hard when we're trying to figure out, like, well, it's hard to think long term when we are dealing with such a crunch time, both at the company, but also that specific time of year. I completely understand how you're feeling. But Jennifer, I have an important question to ask you. Have you seen Planet of the Apes with James Franco in it?
I'm gonna roll evens and odds for that one. I haven't.
Some marriages just aren't meant to work out, Jennifer, and that's like something you need to accept.
Could you roll fast talk?
Oh no, I'm awful at fast talk. I am a 5, so whatever it is, it's gonna be bad here. I rolled a 95, so yeah, it's the worst possible scenario.
She looks at you and she laughs. She's like, "You're such a prankster."
I'm sorry. I've been working really hard, and so I don't really think about this, since we're working for a company that's dealing with all of the shipping. These people, every person has a name and an address. Don't you think that that's crazy, Jennifer? How like every person has a physical address available to them that can like just be found. It's wild.
I mean, yeah, it is really. I mean, I before the merger, I never got a Christmas card, and this year I got one from Jessica. Like she had an 8x10 glossy in it. And she signed it.
And what's going on with that color scheme, by the way? It's like Americana, but also brown at the same time.
It's very gross and weird, and I hate the new uniform.
It just makes me kind of feel like we're a toddler who had an accident at a 4th of July party. Is what it feels like to me. But again, Jennifer, like you gotta, Jennifer or Jessica? I'm sorry.
It's Jennifer.
Jennifer. Okay, cool. I said it right the first time. The thing that we need to kind of focus in on is that we have to support each other right now in our little group and make sure that all of us are doing well, and then see how other people at the company are doing. Because if anything falls on any of us, or if God forbid any of us get sick, that's not going to be a fun time for anyone else. Also, not for nothing, you should probably ask them if they've seen Planet of the Apes with James Franco in it. Like, because it just feels weird that I'm the only one that's seen it. It's a movie that came out like 20 years ago at this point, so it feels very odd that
the last movie that I saw in theaters was Sonic the Hedgehog because of my 5-year-old. It's not something.
I get it. Like, I don't mean to push back on that, but like, if you have a 5-year-old, that movie would have come out before your 5-year-old was even born. So like, you would have had time, Jessica. That's kind of what like I'm getting around to, is like everyone's had time or an opportunity to watch this, and it's a whole trilogy of films now that's going on with Matt Reeves. Like, it's not like something where it's like a one-off and then it ended. Like it kickstarted everything. So I would assume that people would have gone back and then seen the one with James Franco in it, but like no one has, apparently. But when I speak about Matt Reeves' Planet of the Apes, people are like, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. But when I try and reference it, it doesn't make sense to anyone. So I'm just saying, like, if you could ask around, that would be great.
You know what? Maybe you should organize a movie night.
I definitely think we should organize. I think organizing, like, in general night is a good idea. No, just organizing, We'll organize to watch a Planet of the Apes movie. I think that's the right move to do. The right movie to do, even. That's what I want.
Roll spot hidden for me.
Oh, God. 68.
Okay. No. You did not notice, but a Box's Run transplant has sidled up to your little group.
Mhm.
Oh, hi. Hey, everyone. Hi, folks. Did I hear a movie night?
Yeah, I have one question for you. Have you seen Planet of the Apes starring James Franco?
No, but I did see that one video of him where he fucked himself.
He what? James
Yeah,
Franco
like
or the monkey?
Yeah. No, the James Franco. It was very funny. It was a viral video.
Okay, all right, cool. I mean, that's
But what's
that's
this
not
about?
Planet of the Apes, but
No, but I think that would be great if we had like a movie night. We're just a big family here. You could invite Jessica too. She's just the office mom. It's so great. She always comes.
Hey, I actually heard something. Can I ask you a question? Just one-on-one.
Yeah.
And so like I look at the other people because I recognize that like this office worker is going to be a drain on everyone's souls. So like I bring the one little Box Run employee bot, like kind of trying to usher them away from the others, and so I can talk more one-on-one with them. Like, okay, here's the thing. Before we do anything, I want to know, has Jessica seen the 2012 Planet of the Apes movie starring James Franco? Because if she hasn't, then I'm not sure that would be something that we want to surprise her with. But if she has,
I mean, I could ask her. I have her on speed dial. I can call her right now and ask her.
That would be
her?
amazing. If you could actually do that for me and then let me know what she responds with. That, like, if you could make that like the #1 priority.
He's already typing, and she's already answered back. She says no, but then she says yes, maybe, and then she says no.
See, this is what I'm getting at. It's so weird that I'm the only one so far that has seen this film. It's a film. I think they're even making a 4th one at this point, but no one's seen it yet. And when I try and reference it just casually in conversation, I feel like I'm pulling on a thread that exists within this universal structure here. Because you've seen the Batman, I assume, right? With Robert Pattinson in it. I understand.
No,
there's like 5 different Batmen, so that's on me. I apologize.
I saw the Tim Burton one. I saw the Tim Burton.
I'm starting. Okay. No, like I understand this. Are you familiar with the 1960s Dark Shadows TV show, or have you only seen the Tim Burton remake of the Dark Shadows movie?
No, but I did see What We Do in the Shadows. That was good.
All right. Okay. All right. Curveball existing here. That's fine. I pull out a small coin in my pocket and I just start rubbing it, being like, I'm present. I am here. Like it's a quarter, but on one side it looks like a normal quarter. On the other side, it is completely smooth at this point of what has happened.
I want you to roll charm.
27.
No, you did not beat it.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's like, wow, what a cool little trinket. Oh, he looks at his phone. Jessica's calling me. I gotta go, but
nail down for me whether or not she has seen the seminal film starring James Franco involving Planet of the Apes. That is like the #1 priority if we want to make this movie night work. That's all we need.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Thank you.
I gotta go.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
You're doing the most important job right now.
He walks off, and you notice that he walks into your former janitorial office, the one that says "Do not enter."
And also, my handwriting. This is office workers quotes only on it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's some shit. I decide at this point, probably because I've organized everything, people are kind of doing their own things. We've had our awkward meetup where no one gets my cultural reference points. I decide to go looking upstairs. I kind of want to see what's going on, but I'm also on the hunt for a TV that has a DVD player in it, because my God, Not enough people have seen this movie.
Okay. Did you want to go up to the mess hall? That there might be a lot of people.
Whatever the
hall.
next level up is, just in the structure. So I guess it would be like whatever.
That's ground floor.
Yeah, ground floor level.
Oh yeah.
Then I'm on the hunt. Trying again. I kind of want to know what's going on because I feel like people are going to be making a mess around the office. But also, again, cannot emphasize enough, trying to find the TV with the DVD player for this film.
Right. I mean, this is easy enough because you're a janitor, so it's not weird for you to be going around the office, presumably cleaning.
Yeah, I'm working at the same time. I'm not like trying to be like a super sleuth about things, but I'm trying to keep an eye about what available electronics might be.
Right. So you make your way up to the ground floor, and the ground floor has, like secretaries, and then there's a few offices here, but this is kind of where like the lowest level of the office workers work.
Yeah.
There are two secretaries. One of them has been working at the office for like over, 20 years, and the other one is a boxes run transplant. The
one that I assume is filling Miller's spot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. What's the name of the older secretary?
Her name is Phyllis.
Okay.
And the newer one, her name is also Phyllis.
Okay, got it. I'm going to walk over to my Phyllis, because that's what I'm going to
Phyllis
call it.
Prime.
Yeah. Well, with Box Run, I don't want to get in the issues with calling someone Prime or not. So I'm just going to call her my Phyllis, and then other Phyllis, BR Phyllis, is what it is. Yeah. So I walk over to her and I'm like, "Hi, Phyllis. How's your holiday going so far?"
Oh, it's been great. The kiddos came over for Thanksgiving. We did Christmas, Thanksgiving, because they all live out of state, so it's hard to meet up, and they have their own families. So we just did it this way this year. Next year we'll have Christmas.
I completely Christmas time is so special. It's that time where you get to gather around, figure out like what people have been up to, like what they've been watching recently. Phyllis, I have a question for you. It's very important. Phyllis.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the works of James Franco?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Oh my God, Phyllis, thank you.
He was in that Pineapple Express movie.
Yes, okay. Odds are, if you've seen a film that's made only $40 million, you would have seen something that spawned an entire franchise with hundreds of millions of dollars of CGI in it. So, Phyllis, what did you think about that Planet of the Apes movie that James Franco did?
You know what? I gave the thumbs up. I liked the monkeys, and I liked I liked how everything looked gray.
Phyllis, I just want to say I pull out the quarter. Thank you. And I hand the quarter to Phyllis because someone else has finally seen this movie. Now, Phyllis, something that's going on about The Office that I am trying to figure out is, where are we going to be hosting this party? Because it's going to be making a lot of mess possibly, and I just kind of want to figure out a way to kind of consolidate everything in to as much of the space as possible without people feeling like they're being forced into just one area.
Well, other Phyllis chimes in. She's,
no.
Hear?
I turn. I put myself physically between the other two Phyllises at the desk.
You cannot do that. They're sitting at the same desk.
No, that's what I'm saying. I put myself in the middle. I put my back.
You sit on their desk.
No. I am standing in front of them, right? Okay. I then pivot my body to be on the side, and then I'm speaking to Phyllis here, ignoring the other Phyllis.
Okay. She's gonna talk regardless.
That's fine. She can talk.
Didn't you hear? It's going to be here. Jessica wanted to make sure that it's a big happy family, because we're a big happy family now, and we're going to be celebrating it here at the mess hall. I hear that the decorations are going to be beautiful, blue, red, and brown.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And then I talk to my Phyllis, and I go, "So Phyllis, where is the event going to be held?"
Well, Phyllis over here, she said it's it's here at
Yeah, but
blue,
that's
red,
like
and
the
brown at the
company
mess hall.
line, like no, if I look over to her like no offense. Clearly though, then I like resume pivoting back to give her the cold shoulder. Like, but I want to know like where like the real parties are going to be. Because like the streamers and everything else, that's one thing. I'm talking about like the parties that we used to throw, like before the merger happened.
Did you want to come to my holiday party, Finn?
The light in my eyes flickers just ever so slightly as I envision being surrounded by happy grandkids and the white picket fence setup. I'm sure Phyllis has, but does not match my MO. Not exactly, but thank you so much. Please, give all of my love to all of your family. I'm just trying to figure out and trying to make sure that like all of the people, I guess, that might have like there's no like possible, I guess, worries of employees running off and hooking up with each other other places. Like everyone's going to be in this one big area, like in the big hall, right? Like there's not going to be anyone else running around, because I just don't want messes to happen anywhere. Pivoting to the drone, Phyllis. Like, not that has ever happened before, or that it would be an issue, or there would be a chance of an issue. Wink, turning back around and asking her, but everyone's going to be in one spot, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Phyllis. I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate the wealth of information that you have been. Thank you.
Of course. And I will be sending...
Already walking away. Just all... as nice as Phyllis is, I don't want to get entrapped into the possibility of a Christmas card mailing list of
Such a lovely young man. Okay, so you two go about your normal days at work. They run as smoothly as possible. There, like I said, there's been some growing pains here at the office. Jessica's got her nose in basically everyone's business, and it's been uncomfortable.
Can I spend a portion of the day every time I like get up for a bathroom break or get up to like refill my coffee, or when I get up for lunch? Can I try to like take notes of where I see Jessica at, like she's the monster in the Alien video game, and I'm trying to figure out what her pathing is?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll tracking for me.
Okay.
Or track.
Do I have any points in track?
Dear
You
have
God.
10.
Dear God. That's a 2. Holy shit, I'm rolling good on these dice. All right. I can't roll these for my group because
she doesn't seem to have any specific pattern. She is spending a lot of time in the mess hall, which you notice every time you go to get like a bowl of cereal or whatever, because they have a cereal bar there now. Isn't that fun?
Is it nut free?
No, it's of course. Nut free, gluten-free, vegan, keto.
Sorry, I just want to make sure. Otherwise, I'm just picturing like a row of utility EpiPens. Like just
well, they have
available.
Those there anyway. You do have to pay for those ones, though. They can't just be giving away EpiPens.
Swiping my company card up to the scanner as someone's throat is swelling.
Yeah, the EpiPen and Narcan dispenser that we have in the cafeteria.
So, yeah, you notice that she's been spending a lot of time in the mess hall, but then she goes to her temporary office that's up at the top floor. You don't really notice her going down to lower levels except for once, and she seemed to have spent quite a bit of time downstairs. You're not sure where, because you're only kind of going between the second and third floor.
Yeah, so she's not in the cafeteria. She like went downstairs for a while, like to the basement, but then like the rest of the time she's like,
you don't know.
Okay,
you could just be on the ground floor.
Jesus, if I don't actively see her, like I'm walking around like trying to like keep my eyes straight ahead, but I'm 1,000% expecting to get jump scared any second of my day by Jessica. I'm thinking of it funnily enough as being like the Alien Isolation game, but like that's just what I'm doing in my mind with it, so that I'm like keeping myself on edge.
Miller, can you roll stealth for me?
94.
Do you want to push it?
Yes.
Go for
I
it.
just rolled the tens again.
Yeah.
That's a. I rolled a 4.
All right. See, pushing's a good thing.
I
Should always
like you,
push the
die.
roll.
You're doing
Uh-huh.
really good today. You're a good little die.
Okay, so um no reason for making that roll. Anyway, you all finished your days at work. We're splitting the party yet again. And you return home. Um, do you have what is at your homes? Uh I'll start with Finn. What do you think Finn's home life is like? 40-year-old lead janitor at an office building, former boxer.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's definitely like an open concept style industrial flat is kind of the thing, because
How
taking
many
like
bedrooms?
I mean, we're talking maybe
Oh, like completely open concept?
yeah, like we're talking it's larger than an efficiency, but its layout is similar to an efficiency. Again, of like the industrial flat look that takes place. The reason he can afford such like a modern swanky layout is because it was a hovel like 20 odd years ago, and he just hasn't moved out. Like, he owns this flat, it's not renting it,
Right.
but he's not scared of what was at one point in time the tough neighborhood that it was, because he was a boxer. And so the fact that now everything is like chia tea and ultra gentrified everything else, but he's noticed it all become commodified. The culture of the broken down, quote unquote broken down neighborhood that he grew up in has now become like a marketing slogan for them, to try and make it and give people there that transfer in feel like they have an edge to it. The one downside, of course, to his open concept, the industrial flat, is that although he has like a whole side of his residence is windows that he can look out over into things, there are like massive billboards. And so like the LED light is streaming in of whatever commercials are playing, including a commercial for what is going to be happening and being released 6 months from now, which is Planet of the Apes 4, not starring James Franco.
I need you to roll sanity for me.
42.
Okay. That you did not pass. Your sanity is 35.
The guy with the rubbed raw quarter doesn't pass the sanity check.
No.
Rubbed raw.
Let's see. You
You'd be rubbing that quarter while raw.
You've lost 9 sanity points, so you're at 90 now.
Right.
God.
If it was a 10, that would have been pretty bad, because then you would have gotten a phobia, but we're good.
Okay.
What about family life? Does Finn have a family?
Spartan.
No girlfriend, no boyfriend, no pets.
No. Everyone that has been around him has unfortunately grown tired of him and his small nuanced obsessions with things, because of his younger days, which were hyper individualistic and hoping to strive and achieve like great singular success as a boxer. Like, he drove away his trainer. His girlfriend was the trainer's daughter. So when that relationship kind of fell apart, the whole social circle of the fighting community, really, he kind of turned his back on them when he felt like he didn't get the help he needed. Again, this is though when he was like maybe like 25 or so. But then shit went horribly wrong with the new setup, and that's why he's a former boxer now. So like separated shoulder, is carrying some mild like CTE trauma, and he's like tried to get again like trying to make up for lost time as a way to connect with people through like what were considered like the biggest franchises at the time. So like most illustrious music artists, biggest franchises of movies, but he just hates it all. He hates all of it but it's self-inflicted because he's not exploring like the things he wants to check out, but rather the things that he thinks are popular that will make good conversation topics with others.
Right. Go ahead. You approach your sandbag that you have, because of course you do.
Of course, yeah. You don't have the industrial beam that goes across the way without a sandbag there.
Yeah, if you don't hang a sandbag off of it, you're not doing pull-ups off of it. You're not really. You don't. Why is it there?
Exactly. Exactly.
Go ahead and roll. Fight brawl for me.
28.
Damn. Okay. You just start. You start punching the bag, thinking about your past, thinking about your present, and
thinking about how I should probably invest in shades at some point, like some curtains. Probably would be the worst idea in the world.
Yeah, because you have this sort of like eerie glow from all the billboards coming in, streaming in. But you're a broken man. You are hurt.
Absolutely.
But you have avoided another sanity roll at this point because you are kind of hypnotized by this. It's kind of a ritualistic practice that you've done to sort of to zone yourself into a single spot instead of spiraling outwards. This sounds healthy. Sounds great and healthy.
Especially since I gave my quarter away to Phyllis, but I hope Phyllis hasn't lost it because that might be an issue later. So we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow has in store.
She has put it in her purse, and it is there. It's still in her purse.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, so Miller, you are now at your home. Describe your lodging.
Yeah, I walk into the 3-bedroom that I share with 2 roommates. It's one of those like trying to be modern because we pay too much for it, but like it's really bad granite that they put on all the countertops.
Yeah, for
like it matches in color. No, it's not. It's actual granite. It matches like the color scheme, but it's like brown and black splotches on the granite. It's kind of nonsensical. White. Yeah, it's like the worst granite you could pick for a countertop possible.
Yeah, it's not Italian, it's Illinois.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's granite and like everything, all the walls are painted and there were no roaches running around when we did the walkthrough, so it's fine.
$3,000 a month.
Oh god. And that's why I need 3 roommates, and one of them pays a little bit more because he actually has a tech job here.
Yes, the master bedroom.
It's the master bedroom, and he's allowed to park his car in the garage that we have.
Right. So, what does Miller do to unwind? Does Miller have a boyfriend, girlfriend, a pet? Are pets allowed?
No pets allowed. Miller probably has someone that he's seen right now. But like it's get home, maybe there's like leftovers that his sister sent home with him, because his sister has a really good job and a really great boyfriend, and she does like business something or other where she where she goes around and actually like goes to Europe sometimes on business trips, and like she'll come home and like hang out with him a little bit there. She tries to look after him because if she doesn't, he'll just like eat frozen dinners and like sit in his bedroom like reading books or watching TV on his little 40-inch plasma that he got at Black Friday 6 years ago.
What else does he watch on the TV?
Hentai.
Okay.
Only hentai, great.
Just the most depraved.
Only the only 2 DVDs, the 1986 Planet of the Apes and Conan the Barbarian.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, the 1982 Conan and the 1986 Planet of the Apes.
Do you interact with your roommates, or are they all kind of like just doing their own thing in the living room or whatever, playing Wii Sports or something?
I mean, you get home, they're streaming like League of Legends on the TV. Like I'm sitting there like
Oh
warming up
God.
food, like watching it. It's Worlds. It could be Worlds. If we're doing this around Christmas, there's actually it's probably like a CS:GO something that's going on, or like a Valorant tournament.
Okay, so this, and then one of your roommates is on suicide watch because of this. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. He's lost a lot of money on betting on video games over the whole year, and he's about to lose more, and we all know it. So,
Yeah.
Walk
He
in
invested
like
in Binance and
oh
in
god,
FTM.
no, he had money in FTX when FTX
Binance.
crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So walk in like put my jacket up, on our big rack, throw my shoes into the shoe bin. Go to the kitchen, throw stuff in the microwave, like I'm just chilling watching the game, kind of.
Eating your Trader Joe's tikka masala.
Exactly. We wave at each other, but they're like super into the game. They both have like laptops up, and they're doing other bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like quiet, just like absorbing at least the calm quiet of there not being a weirdo manager stalking around all the time.
Go ahead and make a sanity roll for me.
44.
Okay, your sanity is 70. Okay, so there's something on your mind, and you're not quite sure what it was. That conversation that you had with Ricky earlier today has kind of been sticking with you, and knowing that Jessica is kind of like going around and just around the office, but you can't really talk to your roommates about that. They don't understand. They don't know. You don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything right now here with you. You don't want to bother them.
Yeah, it's just kind of, work was bullshit. I still gotta do the fucking work.
Wait,
Yeah,
did we establish that you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? I don't know.
I have a girlfriend that I have like someone that I'm dating. Like I'm going out
Okay.
on dates.
Okay, no.
But
So you definitely don't want to talk to them about the office because they're gonna be like, yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. There's like, how was work? I did the work. I did work. I did a work today.
Yeah, diving into
yeah.
the specifics would create like a 5.5 minute explanation of something, and you just don't want to go through that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she would text back, "K."
Yeah.
Sounds rough. Hope you're
Mhm.
feeling good.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
She's maybe not quite invested in the relationship, but neither are you because it's your 20s and no one does that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. The roommates, it's like, it was work, whatever. Y'all want a beer or something?
Yeah. But as you're thinking about what happened in the office, you're just focused on what's happening on the TV screen, and it kind of fades away. It's not something that sticks in your mind. You've been able to
I kind of want it to
separate
fade
yourself.
away.
Yeah,
a PBR and like a microwave tikka masala is supposed to make you forget about the day and not make you reminisce on how weird your weird office mom is.
Right. Okay, so you both go about your evenings as you normally would, and you fall asleep around the time that you typically do, whatever time that is. Both of you. As you're falling asleep, your mind is drifting away slowly into your dreams. Unfortunately, both of you are dreaming of the office. And it's that dreaded work dream. You're like fuck, this is bullshit. I wanted to not dream about this. But it's a little weird because you are both dreaming this same dream. You don't know that quite yet, but you can now interact with one another in this dreamy state. And this is it's the exact same way that it's been for the last few months. Jessica is, buzzing around as she does in the office cocoon, as she likes to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the workers are there, but there's something a little off, something a little different about them. Their faces seem a little blank.
Yeah. It's kind of like the more you stare at their faces, the less like you see actual features.
Yeah.
But if you're not looking at them directly, it's like, oh, I know these people. And then you go, I know this person, and you have no clue who it is. Can I kind of like float and like do my normal like dream stuff, like moonwalk a
yes.
little bit?
Yeah, you have full dream control of your body.
Hell yeah.
It takes Finn a little bit longer to recognize he's in a dream because he doesn't make eye contact with people. So he doesn't really like look at them, and so like everyone is already, and this might be the effect of like the boxing, but everyone's face is already kind of like a formless blank slate already. So like it takes much longer than it probably should for Finn to recognize that this is a dream. It isn't
right
until he asks Phyllis for the quarter back that then he recognizes that Phyllis doesn't have a face and is like a mannequin.
Well, let's work off of that. So Phyllis does reach into her purse and pulls out the quarter, but it's very slow. It's as if it's moving in slow motion.
Yeah.
Finn notices that she doesn't really have a face there, but the coin itself is now completely blank. There's nothing on either side.
Phyllis, you've had a really rough go of things over this singular day that we've had, because you also must be rubbing this quarter the same way that I rub a quarter, and it's okay. It's fine. We can get the word out that more people have seen the 2010 film The Planet of the Apes starring James Franco, but we have to work on this together. It's the only way. We have to try and get the word out for this. I try and grab the coin. Am I able to grab the coin, or is it ethereal? And
no, you're able to.
Okay, I grab the coin.
Physically grab it.
I put it in my pocket, and I am walking away from them, and that's when I notice Miller standing right there.
I'm not standing. I'm like astronaut,
I noticed
floating through
Miller,
the hallway.
Yeah, walking like it's the moon landing. One small step for Manning. That's way through. Got it.
Hey, Fan, you want to come to the cafeteria with me? I'm making the noise too as I'm doing it.
I tried to do the same thing because I'm trying to relate in some capacity. Things are a little weird, but at my first attempt of trying to jump, I overcalculate and I smash my entire body into the ceiling. Like I go through whatever the shitty tile is above us,
up through the tile into the air ducting, like
yeah,
dink dink, hitting to the fire suppression pipes as you're like kind of floating through, back down through another tile,
break through the tile and follow, trying to act like nothing happened. I look around, no one's acting like anything's happened, and so I'm starting to feel like maybe something is up. From Finn, that, not from the watching Miller moonwalking around.
Finn, for you, this dream is a lot more corporeal. You are able to kind of jump around and do the same things as Miller has, but things seem to be a little bit more solid for you.
Yeah. Oh, Miller, yeah. I would imagine as my head has crashed into the piping above us.
Actually, you know what? You go ahead and take 1 point of damage for that too.
Great.
Oh no.
Good. I'm glad dreams can hurt me. I've seen the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, so I am familiar that if you die in a dream, you die in real life. That is
right. Exactly.
What I'm trying to then also explain to Miller as I'm trying to catch up to him.
Or how would you die in a dream if everything moves slow enough that it can't hit you and you just dodge it all, or you just wake up instead?
Why is there a child molester that survived a big fire and has knife hands, man? Like I don't know these things. I'm just explaining how dream logic works. It's like time travel. I don't know why you have to go back in time and try and hook up with your mom, but like that's something that apparently exists.
That's true. Well, his problem was he got stuck in the dream and he couldn't get out of the dream, and so he only existed in the dream. So he. Well, but then how does he kill you in the dream? He probably kills you in real life, actually. So he probably has... I don't know. did he actually kill you in the dream?
Can you get out of the dream? He's killed people in and out of the dream. It's all very fluid with it. You know, the main issue, I think, for the most part, is that the 2009 remake of the Friday the 13th, or not Friday the 13th, I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street, that they really tried to focus in on the fact of Freddy Krueger being a real character instead of a mustache twirling villain. But again, it's hard to be a mustache twirling villain when you have horrible burns all over your face. You can't twirl said mustache. It doesn't really work out that well. But have you tried to get out of this dream state? Have you tried to wake yourself up?
Can you? Well, no. But have you tried? But that's kind of like Inception. Like, you can't wake yourself up out of the dream state because
you literally can. That's the whole like premise of Inception, is that you give yourself a kick and then you wake up from it.
Yeah, but you have to. But it relies on the kick. So
Yeah.
you can't just wake up at any time. You are waiting for the kick. So you set your timer, and then you get the kick.
Finn and Miller are starting to argue the semantics of sci-fi dream discussion, but this is the most civil conversation they've had with each other
I have a
since
trash
Miller's
can,
promotion.
and I'm just emptying all of the cereal into it one at a time, and then I'm gonna pour all the milk into the trash can and have a cereal vat.
Right. I need Finn, I need you to roll intimidate, and Miller, I need you to roll fast talk.
A 9.
Oh
9
fuck!
total.
I barely missed actually. 17.
All right. 9 beats it. You, Finn, are you've successfully bested Miller in this really weird dream argument. You notice though that as you both are talking to one another, your mouths aren't moving. It's sort of just like an open mouth and words are coming out. It's an odd experience, but you have no idea how, but you have made it to the mess hall, even though the amount of time that you've been talking was either far too long or far too little to actually get there. You're not quite sure.
We didn't actually take the like pathways to the mess hall either. It's like dream logic where you just like open a door and it's like, oh, there's the mess hall. I thought that was the bathroom. Nope, it's the mess hall.
Yep. And everyone in the office is here. Even the Phyllises who you had just seen seconds or hours ago, you're not sure. And so is Jessica. She's just sort of standing there, and everyone is sort of like sitting around her as she does her best Beto impression and stands on a table. But the thing is, she's like, now I'm gonna make a movie reference. She's doing like her best Fame sort of thing, and just standing and singing on a table and dancing.
Got it. Yes.
And everyone's just like entranced by it, and clapping and cheering, and they all think that it's wonderful. And I need the both of you to roll for power, which is sanity, but we're just gonna call it power.
Okay.
Power is like your mind stat.
30. Ooh, I broke half.
91.
So, man, that's CTE.
He's not a smart man. He's not exactly sound of mind.
So Miller, you notice this and you're like, what the fuck is going on? This is weird.
Why do I have to be stressed about this for this dream? This could be a fun dream, but instead I'm stressed about this, and I'm not even working on it. I'm stressed about Ricky.
But Finn, you unfortunately cannot stop yourself from, in the dream, walking to join everyone in this circle, and you two are sort of just entranced by Jessica's best 1980s dancing.
How entranced am I? Like scale of 1 to 10.
I would say an 8. You did not pass that roll at all.
That's completely fine. I am waiting for a chance for the music to die down, because I would like Jessica to start also dancing to a new song from the 2009 Cobra Starship album Hot Mess, where it involves people dancing up on tables. and I'm trying to fit that cultural lexicon moment in like at the next point. So
is this when he got diagnosed with
yes,
CTE?
I'm trying to, the 2009 2010 is a pivotal moment for him, because again, that'd be about 12 years ago. He would have been 28. So after the fallout from his trainer, again, I have this mapped out. there's a reason for this.
Okay.
So he is not only transfixed, but I guess if I failed it that badly, like he is not going to leave until he gets a chance to talk to Jessica about this Cobra Starship album and whether or not she wants to dance along to it.
Go ahead and make a song request to the DJ in your brain.
Okay, I'm sending the vibe in.
Roll charm.
56.
Okay, well that's a super fail. You throw it out there, and like in your mind you're like, yay, Jessica, how about this Cobra Starship song?
Yeah.
And instead Putting on the Ritz starts playing. And you're a bit dejected because that was not the song that you suggested, but
yeah, that's not a dancing up on table song whatsoever.
Oh, she's doing full Gene Kelly sort of dancing. Miller, you spot Ricky, who is also in this circle, but he's sort of crouched over and like looking really sick and tired.
Okay.
And you also notice that much like Finn, his face is there fully.
Huh. I'm kind of okay. I want to just like pull out brown silly string.
Mm-hmm.
And just like is Finn next to me, or did Finn kind of walk away?
Finn's in this circle. He's gone.
Okay, cool. I'm like dream logic. I'm just like, okay, here's some brown silly string. Here, Ricky, here's some brown silly string. Let's spray Jessica. Like enormous ladle, like carrying like my cereal trash can under one hand with a big ladle like hooked on it, so I can eat my cereal. Like here's some silly string, Ricky. Like let's silly string Jessica while she's dancing.
He weakly puts out a hand and tries to grab the silly string, but can't. And he starts speaking, but you don't immediately understand what he's saying.
Dream logic, it's like, okay. I pull out like a harness and clip it onto the back of him like he's a little like he's a little toddler. I'm like, all right, cool. Clip on the back of him, just like jump off into the air.
Mm-hmm. He is still, I mean, he flies away just like it would, but his body's very heavy. It doesn't immediately go, and he's still speaking, but you don't understand what he's saying.
Okay. Yeah, I like jump up into the air with him, kind of so like kind of going slow motion. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, and I just take up the silly string and I start like silly stringing like the big crowd of people and like onto Jessica as she's doing the thing.
It doesn't seem to land on anything. Go ahead and roll Italian for me.
Roll Italian?
You have Italian as a skill.
Italian is my skill. It's a 5.
See, I was wondering who Zack, like the character, what the character looks like. It's Chris Pratt now. Classic Italian man.
Classic Italian man, Chris Pratt. He's even got his little Italian hat and his Italian overalls on. Yep. Yeah, I rolled a 5 on that.
Wow. All of a sudden, Ricky is making a lot of sense. Little did you know that Ricky's actually an Italian immigrant. He just speaks English very well.
Oh, okay. It like clicks, and I'm like,
This is the first time you've ever dreamed in Italian since you took that trip abroad in college.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm dreaming in Italian. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so like he says something, I'm like, oh, it's Italian, and it like the needle like skips to Italian. Okay.
Ricky says, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. It's over. I can't. And then
Uh,
he fades away.
oh, so I just have like an empty harness like falling after me.
Yep.
Okay.
Back on the ground, Finn, I need you to make a sanity roll.
That is going to be 20.
Yes. Okay, good. So you passed this one.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, everyone around you stands up, but you stay still.
Okay.
And you kind of shake your head, and you are out of this weird trance that you were in. And as everyone stands up, they follow Jessica, who, much like a melodramatic anime character, jumps off the table, does a couple of flips, lands, and then, like the Pied Piper, is leading everyone downstairs.
Got it. I'm witnessing. I'm watching.
You're watching this.
I'm definitely not following. At this point, I was really sad because I was, watching her perform, and I was kind of pissed at the fact that like she
didn't putting on the Ritz.
Yeah, instead of Cobra Starship. So I was going to, take a cue from one of my very ingrained memories of 2009. Try and interrupt her performance and letting everyone know that Beyonce had one of the greatest music videos of all time, because that's a timely
so you just
thing.
Have a list of things that happened in 2009.
I put it together in my docket of like these are like core memories for this person about what again it is acceptable. So it's just again very dated, but the things that were popular then and then their legacies, less like actual new stuff it like that they can relate to, because it's kind of like, no, I tried to figure out what was popular then and I just stuck with that as being popular, followed those trails, so those things that started up around that era. But
okay, well,
anyway, I have some heartbreaking reasons for another choice, but that could be, this conversation could be edited out for a reveal slightly later on. But so the thing that I as I'm witnessing everyone leaving and doing, I'm looking around seeing who's left. I guess I am seeing Miller there with just a giant vat of cereal.
Yeah, he's kind of floating down, and he lands in a big bowl of cereal.
In a big bowl of cereal, perfect. Yeah. I'm floating with the cereal. I'm holding onto one like it's a floaty in a pool, and like I'm sitting in like a Fruit Loop.
Which cereal is it? Fruit Loops?
I'm sitting like in a Fruit Loop.
Okay, yeah.
They sprung for the name brand stuff. Well, that's our company. That's
is it like the whole floor of the cafeteria is now like a big cereal bowl?
No, it just happened to be right under you, like a like a kiddie pool. But
perfect.
You're fine.
Perfect.
Everything slowly becomes like more and more food animated and ethereal, much like the 2010 music video California Girls by Katy Perry.
Can I pull out like one of those like the crane operator things and like push the button and the red, blue, and brown like glitter starts falling down?
Yeah, go ahead and roll power for me.
Fuck, 94.
No, you pull down that crane, and as you press that button, it's not glitter and things that fall, but it's just like this inky black substance. It smells, it's sticky, and as it falls onto your skin, you can kind of see it leave like an oily sheen, and the milk that you are floating in is now been replaced completely with this, and the pieces of cereal have rotted and decayed, and it's making you feel quite uncomfortable. Go ahead and roll sanity for me.
61.
That's your sanity's pretty high. Yeah, it's
the sanity's
70.
70,
okay,
so I pass.
So you're good. You are immediately disgusted and jump out of this bowl. You're
Yep.
completely clean.
Fully jump out of the bowl. Like, what the fuck?
But you now have also noticed that everyone is kind of trailing off downstairs.
Can I just like lean back and like fall through the floor?
Yes, you can.
Dream logic.
And Finn follows.
Oh, I do?
Yes,
Okay.
you are able to pull him down.
Is Finn in the harness with me now? Can I
No.
harness him? Oh,
No,
okay.
he's not.
Can I as we fall through, can I offer the harness to Finn?
Yeah, of course.
Slap it away.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
Maybe one day.
I wanted to go from harness to collar.
Well, who's it for? Now this dynamic is a little different.
Thankfully, we land.
Yes, you both fall to the basement floor, where Finn's office is, and of course where his old, janitor office was, the supply closet. And everyone seems to be filing in there. Jessica's holding open the door and just jauntily letting everyone in like it's a musical or something. Just, and there's still tunes playing as all of this happens.
Okay. Whose turn is it right now?
You could do anything that you want right now. You can even try waking up if you'd like.
Well, I don't want to try to wake up quite yet, but I am going to. Well, I guess first off, has anyone seen me? Like, since we came crashing through the ceiling and floated down. So if no one's seen me, I'm going to go and check out my old office.
Okay. You're able to kind of dodge past everyone as they're going in. Their bodies are not totally corporeal. As you push, it's kind of like if you were trying to push your hand against a gust of wind, but in the opposite direction.
Sure. Yeah.
And you step in, and it's a supply closet. No one, even though it seems at least a dozen people have stepped in, no one is there.
I've followed Finn, and I've like peeked my head in.
And I go, Jesus Christ! It's a floating head that is poking its way through the door.
Just my head. Yeah, my body's singing out.
Since Miller is just kind of like floating in between things and mastering the dream logic, I'm walking upstairs, opening doors, and checking things out. It's two very different strategies, but
yeah. Miller, do you step in?
No, I float my head over, but I kind of walk up to Jessica. My body like walks up to Jessica with like a big red ball of yarn. And I'm like, you know your way through the labyrinth. You're like the Minotaur, and I'm gonna follow you. And I want to tie like the red yarn onto her.
She looks at you and she said, these are great colors. They're perfect. It's one of the office colors. This is great.
I pull out a blue one too, and I say, look, here's another one.
Look at you, just in the spirit. I love you. See, this is why we promoted you. No.
In the spirit. Doesn't the spirit trigger anything?
Roll psychology.
Oh, I'm really good at psychology. Come on, fuck me. It's a 72.
No. Nothing kind of triggers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, you use the secret doors to get around here too.
All the time,
you think you're so funny, but I'm funnier.
Well, I don't know about that. I did take a stand-up class.
I stand up all the time. And you never sit down.
Never once.
I
have a standing desk.
I have a very limited imagination, but I pulled out of my pocket like cigarettes and I'm just like chain smoking them.
Like you normally
Yeah.
do in the supply closet.
Exactly.
That's why you're pissed about your old office. That one didn't have a smoke detector.
No, that
Your
exactly.
new one
Exactly.
does.
I was going around looking. So I'm not even paying attention to.
Yeah, you could just step outside to smoke, but you're like, I want to do it inside.
Exactly. It makes me feel like a member of late 2000 show Mad Men.
Jesus Christ. I need both of you to roll sanity.
Okay. 70, right at my DC.
85.
Okay. I need both of you to pass, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Finn, as Miller is joking around with Jessica, their words are becoming indistinct. You can't quite understand what they're saying. It's becoming muddy and garbled.
This would bother me if I didn't have a previous history. I keep chain smoking.
But the room around you is becoming dark and warm and humid, and it's filling with that same inky black substance that fell from the mess hall ceiling before.
Do I see this?
Yes, you do. And Finn is not doing anything.
All right.
This section is unrendering. We got to move to a rendered section.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
You actually don't even hear him. It's just like as the liquid has now gone up past your mouth and over your ears.
Still pulling the cigarette.
Yep, no, that's still working just fine.
I have to think about how to reopen it or re-render it. Is Jessica outside of the room?
She's gone.
Oh, I'm still holding the bundles of thread. They're like zoop.
Yeah, they are.
Oh. Can I make a check to throw the harness?
Roll throw.
Fuck my life. 94. Definitely. That fails so hard. I can't throw the harness. It's dead weight.
You can push.
I'm gonna push it. We're gonna see if we can do. Fuck. 74. Nope.
You throw that harness and it's like this substance is like jello. It like smacks against it and just.
Aw, that's rude.
As Finn is just smoking in there, his entire body is now completely covered. But you could see, kind of, because it's translucent enough, you could see him smoking. Finn, your vision is gone. You can't smell. You can't taste the cigarette in your mouth.
Yeah, I would be more concerned if this wasn't my first time experiencing.
Oh, I know what I would do. I would flush it. I would flush us into the top of the building. Dream logic.
Roll power.
That's a 9, baby.
Okay. In this last ditch effort, you pull that cord to flush everything, and the whole world begins spinning and sinking.
Nice. Perfect. That's basically what I wanted.
And everything turns black as somewhere off in the distance you hear your respective alarms going off to wake you up for the morning. But this, my friends, is where we will be ending our first session. wow, what a great episode or segment, depending on where this ends up in the final product. Anyway, hey folks, it's your editor Dennis here, and I wanted to say that I have started my own podcast with my best friend Casey called Top Percentage. It's a Pokemon podcast where we talk about a game series that we've played for all these many years. Check it out if you're into Pokemon or other gaming news, brought to you with all the dynamics of a really, really gay person and a stoned straight person. You can find it wherever you find podcasts. Just look for Top Percentage. All right, thanks folks. Bye.